Hello, Status Ailment Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 with the mod of Balance, and me, Blue Ankylo. And of course, Victus, Beret, Jade, and Melior are brave bandit adventurers. Last episode, we did successfully light our first orb, or crystal. The Lich went down, barely, and now we're going to try off the Earth bonus dungeon, which is the Earth Gift Shrine. And again, I'm not 100% sure, just like I was saying last episode, just how balanced this is for our current party. We may die a horrible death, but then we'll know and we'll come back later. So I figure I'd give it a shot now, because I don't want to spend a bunch of money in Crescent Lake buying fancy weapons that we could have got for free in here. So we're going to have to do this one, unless things have changed. We're probably going to have to do this dungeon 4 times to get all the optional bosses dealt with. I can tell you right off the bat that the goblins are a lot stronger than they used to be. That sucks. So they've got the slow spell. Apparently our magic defense is just trash in this mod, and we never resist any ailments ever. 9 times out of 10 you get inflicted. At least they give you a little bit more experience. So yeah, like, seriously, magic defense, where is it? Resists. Like, Melior has a lot of resistance, like more than double Victus's, and he's getting hit by everything just as badly. So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with that. I did buy lots of potions and stuff last episode, so we're starting with those. Let me just, as we fight these new enemies, let me just see if there's any reason we should fight them. Relatively good experience. Scimitars are not that important. Standard skeleton weaknesses. Black Goblin drops high potion. Again, fairly good experience. They are weak to almost everything, though, so I could try to cast a spell on them. Because they've got magic, maybe I should try to mute them, a spell that I did not buy. I don't know, we'll see. Gloom Widows. Poison, well that makes sense at least. Not too bad. Let's just use the antidotes for those for now. Again, I'm just going to check as we fight new enemies, because I'm just curious. Nothing terribly important. That's fine. Random encounters like mad, and we're gonna burn through these antidotes so fast. So I'll be doing a lot of menuing. My favorite thing to do during a Let's Play is menu back and forth. Oh, this is good. We're probably dead. We're really lucky they both missed. And we did not. I wonder if we cannot escape. Stone attack. That's great. I think we're probably screwed, actually. This was an encounter that even if you fought it not in the modded version, you're probably dead. There's probably nothing we can do. You could try. Like, they're mostly doing physical attacks, but... yeah. Okay, well, we got murdered completely. We didn't even... like, I'm just gonna reload, because I just wasted all my healing items, so... I'm just gonna use a save state rather than wait around. If there's a very high encounter rate of abyss worms on the desert tile, we're gonna have some problems. There's also the problem of this Catoblepis that basically seems to be... like... okay. Stone in this mod is too expensive. We're basically having to spend 600 gold for every time someone gets turned to stone right now, and you can only cure it in battle, and I don't think there's any way to prevent it at this point in the game. This guy is surprisingly defensive, like... I don't know what I'm supposed to do against this guy exactly. Well, he doesn't have that many HP. At least he drops remedies, that's good, but I didn't buy that many remedies because I couldn't afford all that many. I could have bought, 9 more or so. Anyway, Catoblepis. Remedies, lots of experience, not weak to anything, unfortunately. Wild dogs, okay. Well, so far, I don't feel like the average enemies in this dungeon are too strong for us. They're more, I would say, approximately, like they're appropriately balanced. In the vanilla Dawn of Souls game, a lot of these enemies were like so weak and so low on rewards that you just ran from everything in the Earth Gift Shrine. They're definitely stronger here. And it's going to take us a bit longer to get through it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of speeding up. Just because I can't run from all these fights. Because you have to clear the guy that's in the way. Like, whenever you're doing these forced encounters, you have to win the fight. And we're getting, like, ambushed now every time, which is great. I know, I'm doing a lot of super speeds, but, like, if I have to do this dungeon 4 times in a row, it's gonna take a while to get through it. This is on the 3rd floor, so theoretically, it might be worth going to the top right here to try to get a bit of treasure. I don't know what they've done to shuffle all the treasure chests around. In fact, for all I know, the bonus dungeons don't have anything. Like, it could be a complete waste of my time down here. I guess we have to burn some more MP. Like, these encounters are just going to take way too long if I don't at least cast one AoE spell. Because we all get slowed. I feel like I gotta keep spending MP or else we're just going to waste... Well, I guess part of it is because, you know, we're doing a Let's Play. You know, video footage time is a premium here. Ambushed every time. Is that, like, forced ambush full slow party? Like, I'm trying not to be rude in terms of, like, the modder's design philosophy for this, but, like, this is when it starts getting to be obnoxious. If every time you go through this floor, every encounter that's forced, you can't run from, is an automatic ambush and the enemies put a bunch of debuffs on you, like, at least they didn't get us this time? I don't know. Maybe it's not automatic at least, but... The first time we fought Desert Peds, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess they've got poison everyone that's stinger attack. Usually the manticores or one of the other late game enemies have that. It's usually not a big deal when everyone has ribbons, but early on when you have to use 4 antidotes and then use potions on everybody, I mean, that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I mean, everyone's poisoned immediately. There's nothing I can do. I'd almost prefer to not cure it between encounters, but I don't think I can afford to start battle with low HP. Not any treasure up at the top left, top right. Alright, alright. This is always the worst floor in the Earth Shrine. I mean, the Abyss Worms are bad, but this floor always takes so long. And now, with the way it's been modded, it's even worse because you can't just quickly kill everything the way you used to be able to. So after every battle, you get to see the menu. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about the mod. I started off really strong, and I still think it's good, but, like, this stuff with the Black Goblins, man, this is dumb. Like, I wonder if it's just the party we've got, because, like... No, but we've got people with high magic defense, and it doesn't mean anything. Like, we've got someone with over 100 magic defense. It doesn't matter. They still get poisoned, they still get silenced, they get dark, whatever all the elements are. They immediately get all the bad ailments. Doesn't seem to really matter much your stats at this level. Right? Like, I'm not crazy. Over double. I assume sages have probably the highest resistance in the game. And it's like, it might as well be nothing. At level 17, it might as well be nothing. I guess, what I'm trying to say is, I don't like how much time I'm spending in the menu and how much less time I'm spending moving forward in the game. And then again, after every battle, I have to heal up because we just took like 200 damage. Maybe I'm not supposed to be in this dungeon. I can't run. What am I doing? I can't run. I just want to run. Oh, come on. Gloom Widows. I know I get a little bit lazy, I get impatient, and then I start going fast speed, and I'm not playing as smart as I should be playing, but, like... This dungeon is taking, like... We're 10 minutes in, and we're on the 3rd floor. After wiping to Abyss Worms. Imagine if the desert came after this forest, and you still got wiped by Abyss Worms. And you could say, blue, spam more magic, you'll win the fights quicker. And I would answer, yeah, but I don't have enough MP to do that. I have to save some MP so that when we get to the boss, I can still fight the boss. Because the bosses are probably going to be stronger than the Lich. Alright, this is an easy floor. That was only second floor? Oh, man. Yellow Dragon. This is probably death. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to preemptively think that we're going to need to temper 16 MP. It's too expensive. I can't afford that kind of MP. I don't know what kind of magic it has. I don't know anything. We'll find out. 259 damage? It's not even close. If we can't run, we're dead. This is ridiculous. Did they just spike every floor with enemies that you can't win? Like, there was not normally yellow dragons on that floor originally. It was only the desert with the abyss worms that was a real problem. So yeah, basically what just happened is I spent 10 minutes trying to get through this stupid forest. And then we got an encounter we had 0 chance of surviving, and maybe we could have ran if we got lucky, I don't know. But I'm starting to think maybe we shouldn't be here, but I'll try one more time. This is our last shot. If we get wiped out... Oh, that's a good bug. There you go. If we get wiped out by an impossible encounter again, I'm just gonna leave. Even if there's really good stuff here... I just don't have the patience to record banging my head against the wall for the next hour. Like, so far the random treasure chests have been terrible. And I assume that whatever good loot down here will be hidden behind the bosses that are... I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to beat, to be honest. If I didn't have to spend so much time menuing after every encounter, I wouldn't be so mad, but... you know, every time I have an encounter, the whole team gets poisoned or something. And then I gotta do this. And even though we're on, like, you know, 100 times speed or whatever it is, so it's not really 100 times, but, you know, every encounter, I don't know where I'm going. This way. Come on, no abyss worms, please. I just want to see if we have a chance to get against the bosses down here. Like, I don't even know if we can kill the Final Fantasy 3 bosses. I just want to try. And then I'll know if we should be in this dungeon or not. Keep getting garbage. Oh, well, that was nice knowing you all. Unless we can get away. There's no point. Let's just try to run until you lose. Yeah, so it looks like there's probably just unrunnable encounters with enemies that you're going to need to be, like, basically done the game to fight them. Like, maybe they balance... But then... See, what's confusing me is if you wanted to balance this bonus dungeon for after killing Tiamat, basically, then you would have the random enemies give you like 1,000 or 2,000 experience. They'd all be fairly strong, and it would be a tough fight worthy of, like, after the Floating Fortress. Instead, the enemies are balanced approximately to Earth Cave level, except that the encounter tables are spiked with impossible battles that you'll never win at this level. Like, that... I'm not a big fan of that, if that's how they did it. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking when they balanced these bonus dungeons. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to try it right now. I just thought, in the vanilla Dawn of Souls, this is when you should go do it, theoretically. Clearly, it's just a futile effort right now, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. Seeing as we did kill the Lich, one way or the other, we can go to Crescent Lake. We can pick up our canoe. So we'll do that today, and we'll probably go to the Ice Cave. I don't know if I really want to do the Ice Cave right now after that, but that's the next place to go. Maybe the Ice Cave will be nicer than that Earth something or other bonus dungeon, whatever it's called. The good news is the enemies around here are all quite good for experience, so we know that a lot of the enemies around here can drop good stuff, and we also know that they give us good experience. So I'm not losing out, per se. Like, we just sort of wasted 15 minutes in the Earth Shrine and basically did nothing. No levels, no loot, just death. So instead, we could hang out here killing enemies, and at least we may be making progress. I also don't mind burning through MP as much when you're right beside a town and you can just go heal up at the inn. When you're doing a long dungeon where you have to fight a boss, you can't get away with that the same. Yeah, see, that's why I don't like... You can't really rely on ethers for MP in this game, especially not early on. I can't just spam Blizzara and other good spells and then use ethers to stock up, because I can't afford very many. Alright. Now, I know there's lots of cool armor and stuff here, but I'm not... Probably shouldn't try to buy much. I wouldn't mind that wizard's hat, especially if it gives him more magic damage. A lot of good stuff. And I'm jelly of all the good stuff I'd like to buy. I guess we are at the point where the knight could use a good weapon, but I can't really afford any of the good stuff. It'd be pretty nice to have the ice brand, but I could have saved up my money, but I don't have it. Still, we don't even have level 5 magic. That's also suspicious. It makes me wonder again if the mod is supposed to be balanced for a lot of grinding, in the sense that we should be, I don't know, say maybe what level were we? 17? Maybe you're supposed to be level 20 when you get level 5 magic, and you're supposed to do that before you go fight the Lich. In which case, you'd have more money and better spells and stuff. It'd be a little bit easier. So, traditionally, the game directs you to go to the volcano at this point. I would suggest not doing that, though, for almost all casual playthroughs. It's almost always more worth your time to go to the ice cave, get your airship, try to do Castle of Ordeals if you can, and get promoted first. It opens up the world to a lot of extra treasure that's just free, and some new shops that, well, hopefully you can afford to buy some new stuff. In this one, because of the rebalance for shops and everything, it might not be quite the same. It might be better to, what am I trying to say? I guess what I mean is, like, the value of skipping the volcano might not be as strong. Maybe there's some really good treasure in there. And there is, like, a couple really top-level rooms of the volcano that you can get a lot of loot out of. And, you know, because this is, like, we're already, like, halfway through an episode, basically. What I'm thinking is if I could get a level up, maybe, a little bit of money, maybe instead of going to the ice cave, I'll save that for a full episode, because it'll probably take a while. Maybe what I'll do is we'll try to get just a stealing of the top floor. Like, there's a big treasury on the second floor of the volcano, and perhaps the kind modders, the kind sirs, perhaps they spiked that with some really good gear that's easy to get. Maybe. In which case we could maybe it'll make the ice cave a bit easier, and I don't know, maybe I'd feel a little bit better getting some progress for today's episode. We're actually not too far off of a level up. All we need is, like, a couple more of those peed fights, whatever you want to call them. These fights just waste a lot of time, unfortunately. You get some reasonable experience, but they do slow things down a bit. 400 experience. It's not the worst. The worst is having to clear out poison every fight. It would also be nice to get to our 3rd attack per round. Remember, we're still in 2 attacks per round mode, which is kind of not very much for this late in the game. Like, that seems a lot lower than it was even in the NES version to me. It always depends on the weapon you equip for your accuracy bonuses, but by this point in the game, we would have had mithril swords, or silver swords in the original translation. And I'm sure that our knights, or fighters, would have definitely had, I'm pretty sure 3 attacks by now, like, for sure. So. We're not hitting very hard. We're not killing enemies in one hit like I'm used to. And I don't actually have access to the magic I want. Still only 2 attacks at level 18. Huh. Alright, well, maybe it really is more about the that grind. You know, we're supposed to grind up to level 20. I don't really want to, like, the reason I haven't done this before is it tends to make rather poor episodes. And I don't actually mind grinding per se on my own, but it's different when you have an audience. You gotta have different priorities when you know people are watching. Same reason I don't do 5-hour-long videos. Alright, Melior got his level up and did not get level 5 magic still. So, like, we're still, like, a town ahead of, like, we can buy level 6 magic in Crescent Lake. So we're still a town ahead of magic. We're 2 towns ahead of magic. We're back in Elfland level spells, basically. That's kind of discouraging. Alright, well, let's heal up, and for the last few minutes, 10 minutes of the video or so, yeah, we're doing fine. We'll zip on over to the volcano, see if I remember how to get there. I almost always fly to the volcano, so this is going to be a little bit weird. It's probably almost always worth to take those Ankeg slash Pede fights slash EXP fight EXPeds if you played the randomizer NES version. It's pretty much always going to be worth taking those fights because they give a lot of experience. I believe the crocodiles are supposed to be weak to Thundera. The white crocs are kind of scary this early. They hit really hard. Or at least they did in the NES version. Maybe they just have a lot of defense now. Well, they're only doing 17 damage. I do think one of the balance tweaks, good experience though, that was really nice. Because so many characters in our party have such high defense, we do better at physical enemies maybe than what I'm expecting. It's really the magical enemies that really sort of throw me off. Tents also clear status ailments, so that's... I always forget that, but when you're on the overworld, status ailments aren't so bad. It's only the dungeons where it's a problem. Okay, so all I really want to get through here, I can probably burn magic fairly freely because we're not going to go very deep. We're not going to plan to kill Carrie or anything. Freaking hate... I hate that. It would be fine if it ended as soon as you got out of battle. But I have to do this every friggin' fight. That kind of stuff I'm not a fan of. Anyway, we're going to try to fight some fire elementals that are probably not weak to ice, but we'll use ice anyway, because what else do you use? And if it turns out that they kill us all with Firaga because that's overpowered, then we've learned a new thing. At least we did pretty good damage to them. That's a scary spell for an enemy to have that you're going to have to fight a few of. Let me look up their stats, see if there's anything interesting here. So that's that Ogre Mage. The Power Staff is actually worth a lot of money. If we had the Poison Spell at level 5, that would be nice. We do not. There's the Lich. That's your stats. Not that much different looking than the vanilla ones, stat-wise. Coral Sword's worth a fair bit. Minerva's Robe, that'd be really nice. That's some high-end armor there, actually. That'd be a very lucky drop. Anyway, here's the Fire Elemental. Can drop Flame Shields. That would be quite valuable. And he is weak to ice. That's not vanilla. And also Dia as well. Okay. That's good to know. What I might want to do is just cast Null Blaze on turn 1. Otherwise, a double Firaga will basically just kill us. Well, we got our friendly Ankeg battle again. I'll take this 1,000 experience. I don't complain about that fight, you know. I'm not a fan of the poison, but they always had poison touch. So that's not really any different. Mithril Helm, that's not good enough. So you normally go to the right here first. Also, oh, you know what? I had this spell. Can I pick up Arrow? I did, it's just I've never cast it. 10 MP, so it's a little bit cheaper than Blizzara. Horned Devils might be weak to air? Probably. Anyway. Oh, they've got fire spells, so don't waste around too much time. I just want to see what they're weak to. Flame... Oh, they drop Flame Mail. That's really good as well. So they're only weak to Holy, not... They're actually resistant to ice. So the Wind was actually kind of the right spell. Thundera would be fine as well, I guess. Interesting. Anyway, you get this treasure chest first. I'm just showing you, like, the super strats. You fight off another fire elemental here. But Sheesh, Blaze. That. Oh no, that's not a. I was thinking it was like the spell. What's the name of the spell? There's a pretty high level spell. High level fire spell that Chaos has. It's not Blaze. Blaze is one of the weaker ones, so that's fine. It's totally fine. We're just, well, we gotta kill this guy. I'd rather save the Blizzara for groups, but like we're taking a lot of damage. We got a great sword. Those are worth a lot of money and actually quite strong. Maybe I should have bought those back in Melmond. Well, I'm gonna give the biggest damage buff to Beret. 65 damage would be nice. If we had the haste spell, that would actually be really good, because you get double attacks, and, well, that's fine. You know what, we'll give our two main melee fighters some battle upgrade, damage upgrade. Alright, so now that we're here, what we're going to do is warp out. So normally, if you weren't scared, you would just go right back down and you go to the big armory. I'm kind of scared because I keep nearly dying to fire elementals. So I decided to leave, actually heal up, and go back in. I'm really quite happy that they gave us warp so much earlier. This door, yeah. In the base game, you can't get any warp spells, any dungeon escape spells until after you've class changed. So you basically never get. Oh, I should have null blazed. Why didn't I null blaze? All right, we did good damage with Blizzara. Not really a good chest. Right, I gave it to Clarity has been moved. The music is so happy, considering how much struggling I am doing here. Today's episode has definitely had some pain. Alright. Fire Hydras. You know, I gave Beret the stronger weapon, and I'm not impressed with his damage. I'm also not impressed that everything has friggin' AoE fire attack here. Like, are we just gonna die because the Fire Hydra is stronger than I thought? Like, one more round of that and we were dead. And he wasn't going down very easily. Like, Fire Hydra has 600... That is, like, 3 times as much HP as he used to have. He's got the friggin' Genji helmet, but he is weak to ice at least. Sheesh. Some of the buffs are just out of the blue. I'm like, why... Why are these guys so much stronger than they used to be? I don't understand. Alright, well, I guess we better heal up. Just spend all your MP healing and all your potions. Well, we're making gil, we're making some GP, we're getting some EXP. We'll get another level up before much longer. Preemptive strike. Okay, Beret, you've got the Giant Slayer. That was not bad for damage. Although Jade almost did just as much. Hilarious. Okay, let's avoid the fire elementals. There's a trap tile here. If you head down on the right tile, you will have an extra encounter that you probably don't want. And I'm going quick again, not paying attention, and again, Melior's getting the snot kicked out of him, basically. Alright, this is the big room I was looking forward to. Give me something good. Knight's Armor. I like the sound of that. That's a... Sheesh. That's very heavy. Well, he's probably the only one that can equip it anyway. Actually, the Battle Mage can equip Knight's Armor. Is this a bug? Why can he equip heavy armor? Oh well, I'm giving it to Victus because he's in the top spot. High potion, tent, lava worm. Okay, I'm not gonna hold anything back. We're gonna go Blizzara. It's hopefully weak to ice. He does 1 damage. The times that I go all out, the enemy does 1 damage. That's great. Mind bomb. Yeah, that's what I need. A mind bomb. kind of hoping the treasure chest would be a little bit better than what we're getting so far. Mithril Axe, Mithril Shield. It's just Mithril! That's Melman stuff in this game. And the Mithril Axe is better than a Mithril Hammer. It's better than a Great Axe. It's technically an upgrade, just not much. I know I could have bought some of these earlier, so I did save a little bit of money there. Well, I know we're 30 minutes in right now. This run has gone a lot better than the, it doesn't matter if you're silenced, that's fine. Than the previous run where we got murdered by fire elementals and everything. Basically everything. We could try to go deeper into the volcano on the premise that we've got... We're not going to kill Carrie right now, or the Merilith. But there's another pretty good treasure floor that we can probably just run our way to. All these lava tiles... you can stand on, and, well, you take damage by walking on them, but there's no random encounters. So a lot of these floors will go very quickly, because there's actually not very many tiles that you can get battles in on. So we'll go a little bit deeper to try to get some better gear and money, because it's kind of my priority right now. Most of these floors, the last couple floors, there's really nothing on them. So all you really do is just walk through the lava, and you get to this floor, which is the last big treasure floor. And depending how we do, we should be able to clear this floor pretty easily. I guess that's one thing about the volcano, is like, it's a fairly easy... it's fairly short to get all the good treasure, and there's a lot of chests. Now, unfortunately, the chests have not been very profitable for us today. We got some very minor upgrades, but this is the floor that well, for one, I didn't think I was going to get here today, but this floor does have some of the better... It should have a fire sword on it, I think. Flame sword, flame armor should be up in the top left, or some combo. Something that is worth picking up anyway, whatever it's called. Maybe it's the ice sword. Mithril sword is not as good. Ice brand, there we go. So, it actually does less damage than a Mithril Axe, but I bet you it does bonus damage in here. And we'll just hand that down. Alright. So, there's a trap tile right above us, guarding another chest. But we definitely want... Oh, it's just a lava worm. Psh! It's just... Look at that! Look at that! Ice brand! Flame shield. Alright, I'm giving that one to Victus as well. Well, I say that. Almost anyone can equip it in this party. And it should give them half damage from fire. I'm just going to give it to Victus. He's the MVP. Half damage from fire, does ice damage. He's set for a volcano. Alright, here's the dangerous fight. I say that, and then I'm immediately like, no, run away, run away. Now, I'm hoping Victus does enough damage here that I didn't need the Blizzaras, but the Fire Hydra just did... well, we know, he's got 700 HP. Like, he actually is not going to go down easily. We're going to burn a lot of MP here. Try just a normal Blizzard. We got him already. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, if we get a preemptive strike on a Fire Hydra, maybe we should just run. I think you get perfect running, unless they changed it for the mod. I believe you get perfect escape on a preemptive strike. Like, you always can escape on the first round. Black Cowl. That's usually, like, ninja gear. But the Battle Mage can use it. The Battle Mage can just equip everything. Like, the Battle Mage, I almost feel like something is broken with the Battle Mage. He can equip too much equipment. Like, this is ninja equipment that nobody else can use, and he can still equip it. I wonder if this is a trap tile. This is probably a trap tile. And I could have avoided this fight. Alright. We're a little bit over time, but, I mean, I'm almost done. We're level 19 now. Do I actually have access? So level 19 was the key level for level 5 magic there. So we'll be able to pick up some new spells the next time we go back to Melman, assuming we survive. I'm going to just assume he does fire magic. And we're just going to try to not die. 47 damage, not bad. Red dragons. They shouldn't be as strong as yellow dragons. In fact, if I understand, red dragons might be the weakest of all the dragons in the base game. All the dragons are reasonably dangerous, but I think the red ones are the weakest, technically. Which is odd, because in Dungeons & Dragons, they're totally not. Also, red cap, that'd be some good drop. Red jacket, yeah, a lot of these fights have, like... Okay, red dragons are weak to a lot of stuff. The poison spell, stone spell, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, that's some really good gear that these guys could drop at, I'm assuming like a 1% chance, but still, like... I would definitely take some of these rare drops. Even if it turns out that we couldn't equip them, it would be worth it. Gotta save a little bit of MP so we can get out with warps. We're not planning on fighting the Merilith, so that's fine. I think we're gonna just melee here. Like, I'm almost done. We're almost at the bottom here. There's your blaze, but at least we're taking half damage, and we got him. You know, it's possible this is the run that we should just go fight the Merilith anyway. I guess, you know, because we're playing on the Game Boy Advance, where you can just put a save whenever you want. Maybe I should try. We're almost there. Did they trap the tiles behind? Because on the left side, there's usually Agamas, or whatever they rename them in the front. Did they trap the tiles behind them here? No. Okay, so we got another new item I did notice there, a Flame Staff. This is usually the Mage's Staff that casts Fire 2 for free in the original game, I think. It's certainly stronger than a Power Staff, and, well, I'll use it in battle. I was saying earlier that I should be testing out more... we're just gonna run. This is gonna be ridiculous. There's no need for spamming status infliction fights. Mind Bomb, please. I have burned through almost an entire stack of potions. I should put a save in because, like, I'm worried we're just gonna die any second here and lose all my progress. Yeah, Fire Lizards, previously known as, the lizards formerly known as Agamas. They were traditionally, like, pretty good experience fights for something that was fairly easy. And then we get one more Fire Dragon. And try to save some MP. That was unfortunate that he got his turn before Beret. That's really quite bad. So we're gonna try a Healera here quick. Oh no! Victus went down! Yeah, the Red Dragons... still a little bit dangerous, I think it's safe to say. Come on, you guys. He doesn't have that many HP. He's got less HP than the Fire Hydras. Yeah. Whew! Got the Flame Mail. Alright, so if we give that to somebody else, that will spread out the elemental protection a little bit better. So I got two people that are stronger against fire. That's good. I'm glad I saved it, because that fight could have potentially spiraled out of control. So this is the point where I would definitely be considering escaping the dungeon. A free Flame Staff? Oh, I'm so tempted to fight these guys for a long time. Because I bet you I can sell those for a lot of money. Ooh. Let's go find out if we can beat the boss. But that might be the kind of thing I'd want to do between episodes. Be like, I'm just going to fight like 100 Agamas. And if I can get like 10 Flame Staffs, I'll be set for gear. I really wasn't planning on like fighting this boss. I just have to kill at least one Ogre Mage so I feel better. My self-esteem was hurting. Alright, so thanks to the power of being able to save, we can try this fight out just to see how bad she is. We're certainly not fully prepared. I don't have any ethers. We're not in a great shape, let's just say. But you never know. Maybe we're fine. We're definitely going to want Null Blaze, that's no doubt. And I think the best use of our magic will be to buff Victus. And then save for one Healera. I can try this Flame Staff. 87 and Poison Touch, eh? Hey, we cast Fire 1. So that's one of the things they did in the mod here. They what am I trying to say? They sort of nerfed a lot of the... You know, it'd be great if we could blind her or something. She is usually somewhat susceptible to status ailments, but yeah, one of the things I mentioned it during the introduction video. One of the things the Mod of Balance does is they nerf all of the spellcasting items. 400 damage? You know, that's not... As long as we can keep Victus alive, I think we'll be okay here. We Null Blaze, so that shouldn't be too bad. We're getting some defenses up. 450 damage. Buff him up a little bit more. I kind of want to save Melior's MP for an emergency healer, but he should blink himself in case she attacks him. 400 damage. I have a feeling we may have hit whatever offensive temper max that you can hit. Like, the game lowered... There used to be a 255 max for the different buffing. Like, you could get plus 255 damage from tempers and sabers and whatever the drink was that gave you that as well. I don't think it go... I think we probably already hit it with, like, 3 of these or 2 of these. We have taken a lot of damage. Try to keep him alive. And you're basically out. Let's try an Elven Bomb and a healer up. Uh-oh, that's a bad timing. Well, it's a good thing I used the Elven Bomb. Let's see what it does. It's not very good. Well, I'll try to get him back up. And that was our one Elven Bomb, but it would be worth it to get the, Oh, she's dead. That wasn't even that hard. Sorry, Melior. Just didn't last very long. We got a new weapon out of it. Well, that was easier than I expected. And we actually zipped through the volcano quicker and smoother than I would have ever anticipated. So, you know, other than the fact that Melior keeps dying, but I mean, that's perhaps his lot in this party because he's not going to get the kind of defenses that everyone else has. We did get a new weapon that only Jade can use because it's ninja only, and it's not that good, unfortunately. Sorry. Ashura is only for... Probably for, like, the thief or something, if they can't use the heavier weapons. Maybe the ninja. I don't know. Anyway, we did win, so congratulations. That went better than expected. Didn't have to specifically level grind for this dungeon yet. I still think it would have been nice to get some of the other rare drops. So, like, I'd love to see some extra flame staff, some red jackets, whatever else we could farm out of here. A lot of this stuff would be really nice to have. I would like 3 flame shields, and a couple Genji helms, and 3 flame mails, and see if the red cap's good, you know. And even just some more to sell would be nice, actually, but... Anyway, let's get out of here. Get killed by this guy on the way out. We're out of MP, we got nothing. So hopefully we just kill him quick. Please just kill him really quickly. Alright. Good, and we're free. Alright, now we can... Well, I could have saved, I suppose, but now I can actually heal up. Okay, well, let's call that an episode. I was just, you know, this didn't go the way I was expecting, but it went better than I thought. So next episode, we'll need to go pick up some new magic, and then I will see if I can afford to spend some money to buy some gear. I would like to buff up Melior's defense a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a firebrand and an ice armor and an ice shield in the next dungeon. So I don't need to buy a whole lot of the basic weapons and armor, but Melior equipment might be nice, just to keep him alive. And anyway, we gotta get the magic at the very least. Alright folks, that's all then. Thanks for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more modded Final Fantasy 1.